Hello everybody and welcome to History Of. I'm your host and resident superhero nerd, Aaron Waller, and this is a series where we do a deep dive into various comic book characters, both heroes and villains, give a little bit more insight into who they are and why they do what they do. And in today's video, we're talking about one of Marvel's younger heroes that's made a big impact in her short history, and that's Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel's actual name is Kamala Khan, and she was created by Sana Amanat, Stephen Wacker, G. Willow Wilson, and Adrian Alphona, and she first appeared in Captain Marvel number 14 in 2013. Kamala is a Muslim Pakistani-American teenager from Jersey City, New Jersey. She grew up in Jersey City after her parents and older brother migrated from Pakistan when she was a little girl. She's often seen as being the odd one out in her family and at school, so one night she tries to prove herself by going to a party at the Jersey waterfront where she's further teased by a few kids and decides to go home. On her way back, she's blanketed in Terrigen mist that was released from a Terrigen bomb built by Maximus the Mad during the war between the Kree Empire led by the Inhumans and the Shi'ar Empire. And while in the mist, she has a vision of Captain America, Iron Man, and Captain Marvel. And while being scolded in her vision, she says that she's wanted to be like Captain Marvel as she's a beautiful, awesome, butt-kicking, and less complicated hero. And after waking up and emerging from the mist, Kamala realizes she's been transformed into a younger Carol Danvers in her Miss Marvel costume. And it's here that Kamala discovers that she's a polymorph and could change her body into, well, whatever she wants. She would end up using her powers that same night and saving one of the bullies from the Jersey waterfront. She would then go home and be promptly grounded. One day while visiting her friend Bruno at work, she's shot, and Kamala discovers she has a healing factor and her powers are quickly discovered by her friend Bruno. Going after the shooter, which turns out to be Bruno's brother under the control of the inventor, Kamala uses a swimsuit and domino mask as her hero outfit. She would later upgrade this outfit and swear to protect Jersey City from the inventor, and she would officially take the name Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel would battle various sized robots from the inventor and eventually have the aid of Wolverine and Lockjaw. During the incursions in which alternate dimensions collapsed on each other, a second reality was about to crash into Kamala's. She would begin protecting those in her hometown, hoping that bigger Avengers would have things under control. Her brother would be kidnapped during this event, and Kamala would get help from her idol, Captain Marvel, to rescue her brother from being exposed from the same Terrigen mist that she had. Eventually they would rescue her brother despite being exposed to a false Terrigen mist. And as the world would be ending, Kamala would reveal her identity to her mother, but she actually already knew that she was Miss Marvel and was extremely proud of her. And it's during the same time that after revealing his feelings, Bruno spent his final moments with Kamala as the world ended. The multiverse would eventually be restored, and Kamala would awaken in the Prime universe and continue heroing and join the Avengers alongside Nova and Miles Morales' Spider-Man. Kamala would be called into action in Civil War II, obviously siding with Captain Marvel and aiding her, though her devotion would be severely shaken, and she would eventually change sides to protect her friend Miles Morales from a vision of the character Ulysses. After leaving the Avengers at the end of Civil War II, Kamala, Nova, and Spider-Man make their own super team called the Champions, which would be on and off again until their final battle with Roxxon's Asgardian dragon, which would eventually put Kamala in a coma, during which time Kamala would dream about what happened and eventually wake up to Miles at her bedside. Kamala Khan would make several other appearances, including being the main character in the single-player campaign of 2020's Marvel's The Avengers video game, where she would be voiced by Sandra Saad. And Miss Marvel will be getting her own self-titled Disney Plus series in 2022, with Iman Vellani set to play Kamala, and she's even due to reappearing the upcoming Captain Marvel 2, better known as The Marvels, also due to release in late 2022. And I've very briefly covered it, but Miss Marvel has a ton of different abilities which you kind of don't expect her to have, but they're still really cool, so let's go ahead and break some of those down. After being exposed to the Terrigen mist, Kamala became an Inhuman, more specifically a polymorph. Her cells manifest mutable properties due to being able to share her mass through time with different versions of herself. So basically she time travels anytime she uses her powers. With these abilities, Kamala has elongation, in which she can extend her limbs, torso, and neck to great distances, as well as she has the ability of size alteration, meaning she can adjust her height and stature to the size of an action figure all the way to the size of a building. And of course she has the ability of accelerated healing, but also the ability to alter her appearance, including her hair color and facial features thanks to her previously mentioned abilities. So those are some of the main things you need to know about Miss Marvel. She's a really cool character that I highly recommend checking her out, and I can't wait to see her in the upcoming Disney Plus series as well as in The Marvels. But if you did enjoy this video, let me know down in the comment section down below, as well as leave me a suggestion as to who you want to see in this series. Your suggestion may become next week's video. Also, while you're down there, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell notification so you don't miss out on any future videos from me or the rest of the team, as we have regular content all the time, fun live streams, watch parties, and so much more. So come hang out with us, like, subscribe, and ring the bell notification. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and hope to see you in the next video.